I'm here today trying to be something that I'm not, which is something I have been trying to do for a few years. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, "He sound a bit shy, or maybe he nervous get easily." Yeah, I just think 100% true. But why? To answer simply, I am introvert. So from here, I find myself connected to this topic. Being an introvert does not mean there is something wrong with you. It simply means you have a different way of experiencing the world. So before I start my speech, let me introduce myself. I am Muhammad Riza bin Ruslan from class KBA 118 and I will present my speech about the characteristic of introvert. So before I start, let me tell you what is introvert. Introvert might not say much, but they have a universe inside their head. It is also often a quiet approach to life and need for a skill time, which is not a flaw but a gift. However, an introvert is a personality types that prefer to concentrate on their inner thought and ideas, preferring to spend time with one or two people rather than a large group. So, today I will share with you 3 points about the characteristic of introvert: a strong imagination, self-awareness, and energy focus. Now that you are aware of the overview, let's get started with our first point. The first point characteristic of introvert is a strong imagination. As you know, introverts are known for having strong imagination and being good at visualization. Furthermore, introverts need less stimulation from the outside world in order to experience pleasure. It also means introvert can be more imaginative and creative than extrovert. In the same way, introverts tend to have a powerful imagination owing to a sense of feeling a part of normal people. It is also often drawn to creative, out of the box, and innovative pursuit. Therefore, they spend a lot of time thinking through decision before taking action. Also, the strong imagination of introvert is a multifaceted trait that influence their creativity, problem-solving abilities, empathic understanding, and overall approach to life. Now, I would like to move on the second point of this speech. So the second characteristic of introvert is self-awareness. Introvert usually show high levels of self-awareness. Moreover, it prefer one-on-one interaction with friends over interaction with a large group. Therefore, self-awareness is important to introvert because they often devote a great deal of time to learning more about themselves. Thus, being self-aware is one of the many strengths of introvert. It also may have a greater capacity for self-awareness by virtue of using a dominant introverted function. Besides that, every introvert is different from being self-aware. It is not even a practice to be reminded to do. It is something embedded in our personalities since the very beginning when we started to make sense of the world. So, let's move to the last point. And last but not least, the third characteristic of introvert is focus energy. Introvert usually focus on gaining energy from internal ideas, concepts, and feelings. Furthermore, this focus can be seen in their happiness with being alone and their preference for more peaceful and less exciting setting. Even so, introverts also typically get more energy and recharge by spending time more alone with others. They enjoy spending time with one or two people only rather than a large group. In the same way, they find alone time energizing and restorative and they are comfortable with periods of introspection and solitude. They are also more at ease one-on-one or in small groups. Even so, this setting allow for more meaningful connection and deeper conversation, which can be energizing for introvert. Otherwise, introvert may also focus on building a few close relationships rather than spreading themselves thin across a large social circle. Now, I believe that everyone now has a better knowledge of introvert. In conclusion, being an introvert is perfectly acceptable. So, This is where I like to conclude my speech. To conclude my speech, introverts exhibit distinct characteristics such as a strong imagination, self-awareness, and energy focus on internal concept. In addition, social introvert enjoy smaller groups, and as the result, they prefer to do things alone or with as a few people as possible. Moreover, people with introverted personalities may only have a few close friends with whom they are comfortable. Otherwise, they also tend to have a good imagination and enjoy reflecting on ideas and concepts rather than taking action. Introverts are normal people who just need more private space and time for thought and analyze. And finally, they can communicate with others, but they feel better at home in their own space and people they know and feel safe. So, before I leave, I want to end with a quote from the book Quiet. The Power of Introvert is the Word That Cannot Stop Talking by Susan Chen. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.